Alright, so I just thought I'd show you guys a little way that I found to develop, well, not really develop, but to rather to scan in film negatives. Like you can kind of see here. It's hard to see what's actually on there. Whatever. So basically what I've done is I've taken an iPod Touch 4th generation. I use it because it has a retina display, so it has a relatively high density screen. Any high density screen will work, or even just a white light, and you'll see why we want the higher density in a minute. You got a film negative that I just got done up at, like, I think it was CVS. Alright. And then a camera to take the picture with. The camera that I'm using right now is the same camera that I used to take the picture. It's the HTC Evo 3D, and it has a 5 megapixel camera when it's taking pictures. And then I'm using, so anyways, the thing to do, take your iPod Touch or whatever device you're using for the screen, or for the white, and all you're going to do is turn the brightness all the way up. So as you can see, it kind of like blinks and everything else, it's so bright. And then I'm just using another film canister just to keep down the film there, keeping it over that. And then you'll be able to see it here. There's the negative right there. And all you're going to want to do is basically, it's a little bit, it's out of focus right now just because it's in video mode. So, but what you're going to do is just get as close as you can to that while it'll stay in focus and take a picture, okay? Alright, after that, all you've got to do is pull it up on your computer, and I'll go ahead and show you the little picture real quick here. Alright, here we go. So this is the image that I got, and I apologize for just having to videotape the screen like this. It's kind of crude, but you know. So there's the image. You can see it there. Alright, now you're going to want to download a program called GIMP. It's an open source image editing program. It's pretty cool. Just go to gimp.org, and it'll bring you here. You go to download, and then just come on down to that. Alright, so that's pretty nice. See if I can get it to focus in there. That's better. Once you start it up, it'll show these 3 windows. You've got your toolbox, your main window, and then like a layers window. Go ahead and open up your handy dandy little picture here. I just saved mine on the desktop. Alright, wait for it to load. Here we go. Alright, so now you can see it's opened up our image. And this is what I was talking about for the pixels. Let me zoom in here a little bit. If you zoom way in, you can see these little dots. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video. Sorry about the glare. There they are. You can see little dots. It looks almost like it was on fabric. Those dots are the pixels from the iPod screen. So the farther in, the higher resolution, the LCD screen behind it, the less of that you'll have, and the better you can make your picture look. If you have just a really bright white light you can shine through, with maybe like a really nice piece of paper behind it, that'd be awesome. But I had some weird problems with that. Anyway, so however you get to this point is fine. I just showed you one way. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to use the crop tool here to go ahead and crop the image down. We're going to lose a little bit off the top and bottom just because we couldn't get it perfectly flat. But it's not a huge deal. Usually when you get your print, it's going to crop some off anyways. There we go. So now you can see we've got just the image basically that we want, and that glare is getting on my nerves. So that'll focus in a little bit there. There we go. So you can start to see there. Now, because it's a negative, it's reversed. The colors are all reversed. You need the opposite color on the color wheel if you were to look at it. So the easiest way to do that is to come in here, colors, invert. Don't do value invert, it'll give you a funky different one, but you just want invert. Okay? Now we're looking better. So you can see now we've got some much better, the colors look right. It's just a little bit washed out. And in this case, it's just because I had my settings on my camera wrong. A lot of times, you won't even need to change anything. But since we're in here, we're going to go ahead and do that. So go into colors, brightness, and contrast. Now this is where we're going to really mess with stuff to get it right. One good thing to look for is if you know you have something that's supposed to be black, like this, the top of my amp here, or the edge of my guitar, or something that you know is supposed to be white, then you can really use that to your advantage. So what we're going to do now is really just kind of playing around with, messing with the settings, bringing the contrast up, and bringing the brightness down, respectively. And really, this is where it kind of becomes just however you think it's going to look the best. The more contrast you have, if you go too far, it just gets really nasty looking. I think last time I settled around 100 for the contrast. That looks a little much, actually. Yeah, it's a little much. So, I mean, it's really just a matter of kind of playing around with it and seeing what you think is the best. And once you kind of get it all set up here, let me kind of... Actually, I might bring the contrast up a little more. There. And then it's just a matter of kind of getting it to where you think it's going to look the best. There we go. And then, if you want to, you can save this as a preset. Just name it something like film. And then you can always come back in and just set it to the same settings. And then we're going to save it. Save as. File save as. Oops, sorry, I didn't turn that up there, but it's, I mean, there you go. File. Save as. And then I'm just giving it a random name because I'm just going to go back and delete it later. When you're doing it as a JPEG, I would just go ahead and do full quality. Normally, I would suggest using like PNG or something, but you know. Alright, and then we can pull it back up here, and you can see our finished product. So, let me see if I can get it to focus again here so you can get... Oops, sorry about that. There we go. So now you can kind of see what's going on. Let me go back to the other picture. So there's our original. There's our finished. You can see it's the same image, same film. It's just we've pretty much done all the processing ourselves. If we come in here close enough, you hopefully be able to see. Yeah, there it is. You can see it looks almost like it's on a fabric material, and that's just because of the iPod's LCD screen. This wouldn't happen if you were just using a regular light, but unfortunately I couldn't find any. So this is just kind of my own jury-rigged redneck kind of way to do it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you have any other creative ways to do this, or other things that you want to let me know, just put a video response, or send me a message or something. I'm curious to see what you guys can come up with out there. So, alright, until next time.